Okay, as I log in here, I've learned some very interesting things about Minecraft Educational Edition. So they do not have full functionality of teams because I had made a scoreboard in the past. Um, I'm still here. So I had made a scoreboard in previous lessons, and you can create a scoreboard to track an objective that doesn't already exist in the game. So like if I wanted to, like I did, every time you move to a room, I guess you get different points. And I guess I could do that, like if the kid's is moving to a different room, they get points, you know. But the scoreboard aspect is less successful than getting diamonds or, improving your character. So that's what we're going to stick with because it's very different. So Minecraft Educational Edition, it enables you to do things. So for instance, the game mode is adventure right now, and that means you can interact with blocks. When you're making the world, you can set the permissions. So right now, all of my students are set as members, and it actually doesn't show the permissions here. But if I go back here, if I start hosting, I'm not going to start hosting, but if I was hosting, see here, that's my permission. Okay, so my permission level is operator. When I had made the world, I made all the kids members. Okay, and that's really what you want. Visitor is like ultra adventure mode. You can't do anything. And you would put a kid, so like let's say a kid's in my class and he's misbehaving or acting like a crazy kid. And I would just take them off of Minecraft. Like I'd be like, okay, you can't handle this, so I'm gonna, give you a separate assignment to do, like a paper assignment. Is really what I would do. Like if they can't handle themselves. Um, I've not had a kid that's not able to handle themselves. What you have is kids because you're in adventure mode, so you can kill each other. I have player versus player damage on. And I want to keep it on because I'm going to have kids playing survival. Okay, so if you go to your classroom settings over here, I have player versus player damage on, which is different from player damage. Player damage is, can my kid get killed by stuff? So like if I fall into lava or if I'm hit by a zombie, will I take damage? Player versus player damage is, can a student hit another student? Now, that's a personal preference. What are you trying to do in your world? Okay. I want kids to be able to have the option to come to Ashley Houston and go play on survival mode. Because I give kids that option, I will probably have less killing because the kids that want to do that will talk to her and will go to the survival area and they'll do all their killing out there. Kids who stay in the school will stay in adventure mode and they could technically still kill each other. But as they move through the classrooms, I will upgrade them, right? So right now they have a wooden sword. This will sort them. Do they want to survival or do they want to adventure? If they stay part of the adventure, the next thing will happen is they'll click that computer over there and then I'll show you how to make command blocks to send them to the next room. And then in the next room, they'll get some sort of upgrade to their situation, um, which I'll figure that out. I haven't gotten to that part yet. But I just wanted to talk about the team aspect. So there's no, you can't really do teams, okay? So you can delineate it by adventure mode, right? So now I have to think about that, okay? Because, a kid may not want to do adventure mode, okay, because that might be annoying for them that they can't actually change anything. But now that means that my lessons are going to have to get really good, like really interesting, so that way the kid wants to still progress even though they're in adventure mode. I had it, my last world as the kids moved through it, it was only one hallway. It really was only 3 rooms. But they did do it. So I'll have to get really creative. So I don't know yet what I want to do for room 101. I really have to sit down and think that out. But I just wanted to let you know that the team aspect isn't going to work. It's just not going to work. So you're pretty much stuck putting them in adventure mode, and then deciding if you want to have player versus player damage. I'm going to continue to allow player versus player damage. So perhaps now the lessons will be the reason why you progress, so that way you can get better armor, and then you're less likely to be killed. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out how to do that one. um, it's gonna be interesting. I might give kids ender chests, because that's the other thing. If they can kill each other, then what you can have is a kid who's, the kid may not be good at fighting, okay, or you can get a bunch of kids gang up on him and take his higher level stuff, like if he has an iron sword and you get 3 people with wooden swords, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of all the possibilities. My point is that you can't do the team aspect, so it's not going to work exactly the way I wanted it to work. And that was the first teaching point. So now you know that when you're making a world, you have to decide, what you want to do. I still want to give the kids the option of doing survival mode. So I'm going to really sit down and think about how I'm going to design these lessons to keep kids interested and account for the fact that they can kill each other. So what will that look like? Anyway, Mando Minecraft.